And my foot was clutching.
Kaden, Kaden, chill.
I'm coming for you in a minute.
When I start spitting too much, I was still refusing to a better vision.
Yeah. See, you about to take that L, man.
I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could have had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school, think I'm proud of it, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. I've been looking more like home since I made moves.
Shooting guard. Nope, don't want to be here. Keep on playing up. What you calling that? Hey,
where the rest of the headphones at? You got the broken goddamn headphones? Quit letting folks tear your shit up.
We want back in, wipe my sins.
Kluber. Yeah, I hear your squad here there. Alright, let's get it. Let's see.
Wake up, the champs is in, champion. We want back in, wipe my sins. Wipe it, they can't win, no new friends, football fans, they sleep again, we wake them up, the champs is in, yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to, bite down on you.
Hey, Kluber.
To the left, they dodging it.
I thought you getting the Raven.
Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it.
That was up, nigga. That was up, nigga. Got the internet shit. You know what I'm talking about?
It sound like I'm gonna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I can see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxes.
This shit cool though, bro. I don't even be playing this shit. You just made me start playing this shit again.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of
they
America
make sure you screen
Stadium
his
here in
ass with me,
Charlotte.
too.
Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers
Babe.
emerged from the tunnel here
Come
in
on.
Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with
I'm
the
playing that
Seattle
nigga.
Seahawks. Here's
We
Chandler
playing.
Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we
He
go.
said
from
it's on
uptown
Facebook.
Charlotte. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone
He
for
said,
a touchback.
he said our game on his page. Yeah. I guess.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson.
That's dead.
And he'll get
That's
this one
dead.
up to the 26.
That's dead.
Just a yard
That's
on the first
dead.
down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs. Because a lot of guys have
First down, Nick. First down, Nick.
Because I thought when he first took off,
Yeah.
he might pick up the first down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Right back to him on first down.
Yes,
He
sir.
takes this up right near the 45-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Julius Peppers in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Nigga, I got you,
Wilson
man.
to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And they're running right through it. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So certainly
That
an
was
interesting call there to
bullshit.
go for it. And
That
the
was
Panthers are going to get it
bullshit.
back.
I will
in
tear your
excellent
ass
field
up,
position.
nigga. He dropped it. I'll eat your ass up.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, 30 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
Yeah, you just tried for it. Yeah, that shit was
Gambino
low.
on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position.
Man,
turned
only
it
reason that
6
she had
points
that
over.
man drop
They
that
gotta
ball,
recover
bro.
here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it. But it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone.
You look like it,
the 17-yard line.
You get out.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Out to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have...
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Okay.
A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Ain't gonna hurt, man.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson.
Damn!
Rifles one that's intercepted.
That left ass shit.
Thomas Davis. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he'll take
Fuck no, man. You know they gave you the...
DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it.
Still third quarter.
You make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now it's Wilson. Stepping up, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And the Panthers have recovered.
I tried to get down.
I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
Exactly. Hindsight's really never
Twisted
wrong,
a
is
little
it?
bit,
Because
sir.
you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Dancing to his left. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
No, mama. It's 6:28.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Newton. Buying time to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through.
I ain't gonna lie. It's 6:30, little mama.
Now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here.
Little
This has
mama
to be a
messing up on that one,
drive that
bro.
gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get it back on track.
He's going to air this half for Baldwin. He's got him in.
Couldn't hit if had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never helped your mans, don't talk to me. You should follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Look in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love, cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I crash a ghost. Got 2 grams and 2 steaks, I be doing the most. I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why, cause the white folks don't. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money.
Hey, yeah. I said I was watching you beat the shit out of that guy. Did he just quit? Oh, that was your brother?
Big bank, tight, low bank.
Yeah, that's where you beat the shit out of him on live stream.
Everything proper, no propaganda. Chopper counter, gold yard bandana. Big, a lot of like Santa.
Hey, is there a reason I can't hear audio of you?
And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, but had cornrows. I can see you hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank, take small. Bank account on some talk.
So look, Robert, I can't hear your audio. I can hear other audio.
Bank roll on what it do, boo. He had to roll at 5. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need.
Yeah, hold up.
Type of money you gon' need. From the hood, type of money make you stay up. Type of money you gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. She said, what you gonna do if I leave?
So look, Robert, I can't hear your audio. I hear other audio.
B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having.
Where Bill at?
I'm passionate like just after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packing. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as
Me and Porsche hit up some park on Tuesday.
born of wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those. I might buy a red bottoms with the crypto. 3 coins that'll pay your whole semester. But you gotta better than a Tesla.
Big bank, take low bank. Big bank, take low bank. Type of money you gon' need a sight. The type of money you gon' need a bite. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, take low bank. Big bank, take low bank.
Back again, back to back, made back, stacked it.
I don't know why I can't be seeing your party. Like, it's not private, but like, I still don't see it whenever I look.
Yes, I caught Mad Chanel and Magivin. She did it again, imagine them. About to make these bums mad again. Back to them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening? Rerun, about to make these rap again. Diamond chains on my ankle. Young money in the cut like a
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
What, like, I had caught me. Why would I feel that I kicked the ball
set to
on?
boot
You know
this
what
one
I'm saying?
away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will
I'm
be
just
a
saying that was my
touchback
first
as
good
Ed
play. Why
sails
would I
over the
quit?
end line.
The game wasn't over.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there right off the bat. 44 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
We on Facebook, man.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Out to kick is Janikowski.
Yeah, he fucked up. I just throw it on you and keep playing.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
I'd be in the second, bro.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
And they hear me
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson being chased out left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's to his running back, complete. There goes Alex Collins. Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 66 yards. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
I'm on your page, goat, man. I'm on your
Wilson,
page.
the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
It's showing up the kick out. We passed the kick out.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. This is Carson. Look at the dance and the juke. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside, they can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Another grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a first down. Now Wilson on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And pulls free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Okay.
Now it's Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed.
On your page said they see you finna take a hit.
Receivers with height. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking deep for Crabtree. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
In a minute.
Frank Clark in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to find a lot of empty space there. Picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Frank Clark in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. Now Jackson. Carrying one deep for Crabtree. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
I'm not worried about
rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down.
Detroit! Here we go now.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
Here's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Open man, it's Bennett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
I like the play call. Go to the play action, see if you can sneak your tight end out there and find him open in the end zone.
Yeah, just defensively, they weren't fooled and able to bat it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Wilson. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. But he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Montgomery hit and the ball is loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Back in your ass, nigga.
They run it with Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski now for the point after. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Out to kick is Janikowski. The return man, Chris Moore. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Like a little mama at work, you feel? Little mama works, yeah. I'll beat your motherfucking ass, nigga.
I need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. Jackson on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ty Montgomery. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who is open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
After this play, I'm going to pause the game, pick up the baby. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. They say he got 4 paws and little that nigga. He got 18 seconds, bro.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run with.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 26-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. What a gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 48 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
He out. No, he needs it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Then we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on the ground they go with a running back. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run again with Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Stop crying.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
14, run it.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough.
I cannot kick this fuck. This is delayed. It's delayed. I cannot kick the fucking field goal.
This up an empty possession. Everything looked okay.
I don't know what it is, bro.
Target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
It's delayed.
Come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. This is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To tell the truth.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. Oh, now he bowls him over. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 56 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. On first and goal, Collins. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. And a whole lot of toughness. You got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 48 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2. Right? So field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. To throw on second down, Jackson dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get it, Matt.
John Brown! And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown, 57 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And Jackson throwing once more. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, spinning away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. Steps away. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 49 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're
under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Za'Darius Smith in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tony Jefferson able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's into the clear. The 30. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ty Montgomery, 79 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
That would be happy to call you back with the information you requested. So would that be okay with you?
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Now it's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quicker. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. 9 time to his left. Another nice game, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game.
It's all good. You just got in your rhythm. I had got the jitters. I got up, man. I started tripping.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
You were nervous
the Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big.
Nigga, I play this shit, but you know the last time I played this shit.
Here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
I'm rusty,
I remember
man.
playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Jackson now. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
Yeah. Get out my living
So
room.
that'll just about
Get out,
do it
go.
for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
5, 6, 50. Okay. You being real honest, huh? Absolutely. What exactly is going on in your home? What do you do in your home?
Hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat.
That's a lot. Let's move on to something else. How many of the girls are underage?
Oh my God. All of them.
Have you ever liked any women over 18? No. That's gross. And you need help.
Still playing Madden?
I need somebody to help me. I have a big home. You know what? You stay right here. I'm gonna listen. Firstly, you ain't about to stand up and be like, you did yet, but I need to. Are you gonna tell me the truth today? I'll tell you that. So how many girls are currently in your basement?
Are you getting on TikTok? Nah.
Firstly, you ain't about to. Firstly, you ain't about to stand up and be like, you did yet.
She's a keeper. No burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot for no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and
The new meter offers is
I skip her, I give it
when you enroll.
Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine. And ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be
that's good to ensure that this time, maybe, of course. And I'm going to have qualified.
I swear my life is amazing. Blow money, no hesitation.
Wants to be qualified to receive the services.
But that's what made me feel like in the real life. Dripping all sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine. It ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I'll never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, that's 916-212-9158. Is that correct?
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25,
Right.
2nd and 10.
You need to confirm your approval by electronic signature. You can call 1-800-180-0787.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Go 14.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He may try and run for this. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Yes, sir. I showed the address as
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Beverly Way, Carmichael, California, 95608. Is this correct?
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up.
It's caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 29 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Right back to him on first down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And it's pulled in by Nick Vannett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And they'll run it here. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
14.
On second down, Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Oh, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Green the line! Green the line!
On first down, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Space to maneuver at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Okay, Chester.
Richmond. Black 22. Black 22.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. Here's Watson. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
Go ahead, going up.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Down. Blue lady. Come back.
There we go on 4th. Watson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs.
I set you up for that one.
Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They run forward with Carson, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now they try the right side here. Boy, shifts past him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
When I get quiet, let my man work. That's why I'm quiet. You nervous.
That's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that. Loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hold on.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Frank Clark him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now it's Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now it's Wilson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Watson being chased out left. Oh, twisting away. Dumps it complete to Miller. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 66 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Frank Clark in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Oh,
so the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 3rd down, Wilson steps away to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Man, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now it's Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
To throw is Watson, and got this man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away.
Basketball.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And an alley to run. And able able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is caught. He hits more. And now running right through it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Janikowski adds the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? You're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Watson now going to run and now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. That sort of goes without saying. That's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true, because you've got so many different decisions that have to be made. Are you handing the ball off inside, or are you just keeping it yourself? Are you pitching it to your trail guy? And sometimes you get caught in between, and you're a little indecisive on the play, and it turns into the ball on the ground. Fortunately enough, they weren't able to return it for a touchdown.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he's got his target. That's Moore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 13 and also a first down. There's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold it for a short gain when he took off running.
Now Wilson on second down, eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson rolling to his right. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run on the draw. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And there's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Janikowski good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Come back. Richmond.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Watson on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Barkevious Mingo in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. To throw on 2nd is Watson, and he's going to go down again. Frank Clark getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Watson. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 45 yards. On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
19.
On second down, Wilson escaping the pressure right, and he slides to avoid the hit. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll run on the draw. Fights off the defender.
There we go. Touchdown. Touchdown. No, that was a touchdown.
That sets up a first and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches it.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Yes, sir.
A great effort
Come back,
there.
dude.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the fourth.
No!
Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game
Let's get it,
this
square
close,
boy.
you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Yes, sir.
And incomplete. A drop
Yes,
there in
sir.
the middle.
Way to drop that
field.
motherfucker.
That'll bring up second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, you may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Come back, come back. Richmond.
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And that takes us from second to third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come back. Tiger.
Need that one stop. And when he come that one stop. Here come that one stop. Here come that
He'll
one.
look to throw. Flush to his right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
No!
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Tiger.
Back to throw. The try on the crossing route. He hits Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 39 that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish him off.
The score that puts him in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This one taken from the 7.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. As they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
He would have broke eye on the
head.
head.
Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Only one timeout
you better kneel the damn ball.
Just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing. And this throw will be intercepted. Back home, Earl Thomas. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end. But they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular.
You're exactly right. Last play, we're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly. Even
hey, you know we can't hear you on your stream, right? I get everything else. I can show you.
Davis and the best darn crew in the industry.
This
has been a presentation of the NFL on